In November 2022, one of the world's youngest billionaires, Sam Bankman-Fried, was sitting in his luxury penthouse in the Bahamas, wearing pajamas in front of his computer as his $32 billion crypto empire evaporated before his eyes in just 8 days. Only months earlier, he had been speaking before the US Congress about the future of finance and sharing stages with Bill Clinton and Tony Blair. Yet this so-called boy genius would soon be accused of secretly funneling investor funds into his own hedge fund. And no one could understand how everything collapsed so quickly because FTX had been marketed as one of the safest crypto exchanges in the world, had put its name on massive sports arenas, partnered with stars like Tom Brady and Steph Curry, and convinced many that Sam was the next Warren Buffett. So how does a $32 billion company fall to zero in 8 days? Where did the billions go? And was the golden child of finance truly a visionary? Or were we watching one of the greatest financial illusions in history? Sam Bankman-Fried started on Wall Street. He was an MIT graduate, a quantitative trader who thought in numbers. But his obsession was not money, it was a philosophy called effective altruism. He claimed he wanted to earn billions to give it all away for humanity. And that image separated him from the stereotype of the greedy banker. In 2017, he noticed price gaps in crypto markets. Bitcoin was trading higher in Asia, and he made millions exploiting that arbitrage opportunity, which led to the creation of his hedge fund, Alameda Research. In 2019, he launched FTX, not just as another crypto exchange, but as a smarter, safer platform designed for professional traders. When the pandemic triggered a crypto boom, FTX skyrocketed. The company reached a $32 billion valuation. Sam appeared on the cover of Forbes, met with regulators in Washington, donated millions to Democratic campaigns, and became the responsible face of crypto. But behind the scenes, there was a hidden truth. Billions of dollars deposited by FTX customers were not sitting safely in vaults. They were quietly transferred to Alameda, used for high-risk trades, and as losses mounted, the hole grew deeper. The system worked because not everyone tried to withdraw at the same time until one tweet in November 2022 from the CEO of Binance shook confidence in FTX's own FTT token. Investors panicked and rushed to withdraw their funds. Within 24 hours, billions in withdrawal requests hit the platform, and the money simply was not there. In 8 days, the empire collapsed, FTX filed for bankruptcy, and the new CEO, John Ray, who had overseen the Enron liquidation, said he had never seen such a complete failure of corporate controls in his career. Sam was arrested in the Bahamas, extradited to the United States, and charged with defrauding investors, banks, and millions of users. The young billionaire who once claimed he would save humanity now stood in a federal courtroom defending himself. Many called FTX a Ponzi scheme, but what happened was arguably more dangerous. In a classic Ponzi, the fraud is intentional from the start, but with FTX, as the system expanded, no one stopped to ask where the money was actually kept. It was an illusion of trust. Users saw balances in their apps. Investors believed in a $32 billion valuation. The media ran headlines about a crypto genius, yet the real balance sheet was invisible. Modern finance no longer lives in glass towers, it lives in lines of code, and when code is invisible, risk becomes invisible too. The collapse of FTX proved that if a financial system is built on trust but not transparency, its downfall is only a matter of time. Sam Bankman-Fried's mistake was not just using customer funds, it was assuming people would believe what they wanted to believe. Crypto promised a bankless future, but it ended with the same old story. Leverage, extreme risk, closed-door dealings, and balance sheets few truly understood. And perhaps the most unsettling question is this. If Binance had never sent that tweet, would FTX still be standing today? Maybe. Because most financial crises do not begin with greed, they begin with panic. Everything appears stable until everyone runs for the exit at once. In 2008, it was mortgage-backed securities. In 2000, it was dot-com stocks. In 1929, it was margin loans. And in 2022, it was the FTT token. The names change, the technology changes, but human nature does not. When money moves faster than transparency, the next collapse is only a matter of time. And the real question is, where is the next FTX growing right now? In which office? In which line of code? In the hands of which genius?